everyone, welcome to my channel Summer AI. So this class we are going to see object-oriented programming and specific to inheritance. If you remember anything from the last class, I will give you the quick demo what we have done till now. So this is our class that we have created in the last tutorial. So this class is a car class, and we have a variable here which is price change, and we have our init method which is initializing our color, brand name and price for this particular class. And then we have written another method here just to define the full description of the car. That means like we are just formatting it and printing brands name, color and the price together, right? So let me just quickly run it and just show you what we have done till now, right? So if you see here, so the first print is printing the full description of the car, which is the brand of the car, the name of the car, color of the car, and the price of the car, which is here, right? All this information together it's printing using this method. Okay, and the second one is just simple. I'm just printing the price change value, and the price change value is coming from the variable which is class variable, right? Price change is a class variable, it's under the class, right? So this is the small description what we did earlier. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create another class, and it is going to inherit properties of the our car class, right? So that is what inheritance is, right? So your class, another class which I am going to create, how that class can inherit the same thing from the class already I have, right? So let's see how we can do. So for starting with, I'll just add here another class, let's say class. So I'm just going to create another class named SUV. So all different kinds of car that we have, right? So I'm just taking example of SUV. SUV is a car. SUV is also type of a car, right? So let's me extend it to car class, right? So what I'm doing here, I created another class named SUV, but I have given here, if you see here in the at the place of the parameter, I've just given car. So which is the car class. Okay, let me just pass it. I'll show you what does this mean. So I'm just simply providing nothing just to complete this class. I'm just adding pass here. Okay, and let's see what it will do now, right? So now I have a SUV class. SUV is another class with me, right? I have not defined anything under this. If you see, I have not defined anything, right? It's just a pass statement passed here, and I have just extended this to car class. Okay, now here what we have an instance of the classes, right, which is a instance of the car class, right? Let me change this to SUV. Okay, and let me change this also to SUV. So what I'm doing, car1 is equal to instance of the SUV class. This is not a car class anymore. This is, I'm saying, create an instance from this class. Initially I was saying create an instance from car class. So there's a difference, guys, right? But if you see here, I have not passed any parameter. I don't have, taking these values. I have not defined anywhere here, right? In the SUV class, you don't see any method, anything which I have defined. There is no any methods inside it. There is no instance variables. There is nothing which I have defined, right? Not even a simple method like this one, right? I have not defined anything. But let's see whether it will work or not. So what I'm doing, I'm just creating a car1 instance and car2 instance, and providing all these values in the SUV class. Okay, now let's run this one. So I'm just printing car1 full description. Let's see if it returns the same thing or it doesn't return, right? Yeah, it is working. Why it is working? See, I have not provided anything. This is like this doesn't know what is name, what is brand. Still, it is working for me because this full description method and this description full description method is also working, guys. Right? Why it is working? Because I have used here. I have just simply extended this to this class. When I do this, right, and when I call this SUV class, so basically this instance, when we are running something printing from the SUV class, right here, car1, so it goes here and check for this class, and then it comes for this class and check, okay, does it have anything? It says okay, it doesn't have anything. Then it will check for what is this, from which class it is inheriting all this. Then it goes to the this particular class itself. Okay, and then when it goes under this class, then it find, okay, now it is understanding, it has a color, it has a brand, it has a name, it has a price, and it is able to find all these arguments here, right? It is able to see this in instance variables, that okay, this all things are passed here, and that is how it understand this method also, and this is how this understand this variable also. this class variable is also something that is able to understand because of that. You see, right? This class variable is also I'm able to use, and all this instance variables also I'm able to use, which is defined, which is getting used through a method, which is getting used to a different method inside it, right? So I am able to use each and everything which I have in the car class, just simply extending it to that class and just simply not putting any statement inside it. Just I'm just passing. Okay. Now what if, then why I need this, right? Then you'll ask, why do we need it? I can simply do it the same thing from this that class. Okay, so why we need this? So you see here I've given car, where this color, brand, name, price, which is this is common for all kind of cars, whether it's a SUV, whether it's a sedan car, whether it's a hatchback. It is it is for each and every car that exists. Every car has a color, every car has a brand, every car has a name, right? Every car has a price. But now what I think is, let's say this SUV, let's say in this SUV, right? I want something extra. So let's say I want length of the car. I want CC of the car. Like if this is more than that, right? So I just want to justify this SUV car, sorry, this SUV class is a car, is a type of a car, but this has some extra parameters. Okay, so let me do one thing. So here, for SUV prices are increasing not by 5%, it is increasing by 7%. Let's say if simple thing, if I have to do this. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use this our class variable, and this time I'm going to change this to, let's say, 7%. Okay, so what I did, guys, I'm extending to the car class, but I have only one thing inside it, which is my class variable, and which I'm changing from 5% to 7% in case of SUV. Okay, in case of SUV I'm changing this. Okay, now let's run this, let's see what happens. Okay, now if you see, every information which I have it here, that is not changing. So obviously this piece will not change. So that's why you have this, you have the full description method here, which is returning everything exactly as before. But now as my SUV class extended to car, but I have a price change variable which is changed for this class, right? This is very important, guys. Please listen it very carefully. So this price change variable is also used in the car class, but I have a different value in the SUV class, right? So what it does, first thing is like it will it let me just add it here. So when I call this price change here, right? When I call this price change here, and then it is a, and then price change I'm calling from which variable, right? I'm calling from this car 2, and car 2 is using which class? It's a SUV class. So first thing it will do, it will check in the SUV class itself whether that price change exists or not, right? If it exists, right, so that means it will first check in SUV. If it is doesn't exist, like last time there was nothing inside it, right, then it will go to the actual car class where it was extended, right? So it will go to that class, right? If it exists, then it will not search for the car class. The first thing, the first priority is it search in the it class itself, like its own class, like SUV is like the class, right? So it will search there itself. Okay, so that's why you see this happening, you see the changed value is reflecting here. Okay, now what else we can do? Now we can change the class variables. We might be also able to change our initializing and this all these parameters, right? What if you change all this, right? So doing that, how we can do that? So let's copy this one. Okay, let's copy this, and let's say, let me just go down here. Okay, so in this class also I'm just saying everything exists. Okay, everything exists. Let me add something else. Let me add a length. Okay, so length is something that for SUV I think it's more than 4 meters, right? More than 4 meters. I'll go with all the cars inside it, and I might go with a more than 4 meters, right? I want to add this extra parameter, extra argument. I just want to add. Okay, so I added this. Now all these things that I have here, should I define it again? Right, this is again my code is getting duplicated, right? I have already defined here, and do I really want to define this again, right? This is basically a constructor. If you're coming from some other language, this is constructor. I'm just calling this to initialize my method, initialize my class, and its properties here, right? So in this case where my class is already inheriting property from the other class, in that case what I can do, I can make something like this. Let me just remove this lines here, and I can use this super. Okay, and super, what super will do, okay, let me just so super dot what all things that we want to inherit from the older class, right? So super dot, this is a init, right? And under the init, what parameter we want to call from the other classes is all this, right? Till this 4. I don't want to change this. I want this to go as it is. Okay, I don't want to change this. I just want this to go as it is. Okay, so now here let me add another parameter that we added, which is length equal to length. Okay, so I will explain this again, guys. So now I'm changing my init method itself here, right? I'm changing how I am initiating this class, right? So here, if you remember, the actual method was, we define this init method, and the parameter, the first thing is self, and then you add all the parameters arguments that you want. Okay, so these are my arguments here: color, brand, name, price, length. But this color, brand, price is something that I have already defined in my actual method, the car method, which I have, right? I have already defined it here. So why should I define it again, right? I can just simply extend this from the actual class, right? That's why you use the super method here, right? If you see here, it also gives you a small description here, right? Same as super. So it is saying how it works, and uh, if you just provide this init here, it will just taking the properties from the actual class. Okay, but I cannot do this for length, because length was something which was not existing in my actual class, right? So in that case, what I'm doing, I'm just defining this length again. I'm just creating this length so I can use this. Now my SUV class has how many parameters, guys? I have color, brand, name, price, and length, right? So I need to add one more thing, right? So let's say I'm adding 5, and for this also, let's say I'm adding 5. Okay, I'm adding let me okay, no, let it be. So now this SUV class which I have, that takes the another parameter here, and everything else is like properties is same, so I can still define it because it is defined in the my super class. I'm using this super method, right? It's actually taking the values from the older class, understanding it, right? Now let's say if I run this one, right? Or let's run this, right? Let's run this complete. So if you see here, it is printing me. Okay, I have not used this length, guys. So let me just put something for the length, print, and we are going to use, sorry, the instance of the class, right? So car one dot length, and now let's run this. So now you can see here, it is also providing me length, and everything else is working. So that is the intention of keeping all this. So if you see, everything else is working. This is taking from the new value which I given here, and the extra length which I added also I'm able to print, right? So I'm able to do each and everything from the older class. I'm able to add the new class, and this, and you understand this example, right? So you might have, so all the employees, if I take any real time example, this is also very close to real time example, guys. But let's say you are creating something for a company. So in company, every employee has name, salary, designation, probably their office location. Everything will be common for a particular employee. Okay, everything will common to a particular employee, right? But let's say there is some specific checks, or there is some specific, background verification or something is required, which requires to do for some particular group of people, for that one particular group of people only. Like we have something related to the banking, and those people we want to test again and again. Like every year I want to run some background verification on those people, right? So in that case, I can create a different class for those employees. So all my details in already in the employee class in that particular case, right? Consider this as a car as an employee class, and this SUV is something like let's say a banker, right? I just want to do this for the banker employees, not for all my employees, only which are related to the banking domain or banking facilities, right? They are related to the finance and banking. So for those, I want to create something else. I want to use each and everything. Let's say here I have only 4 values, guys. I For the employees, you can think of, at least I can name you like 20 30 values which can be easily common for all the employees, right? Like first name, last name, middle name, and their salary, their work location, their, I mean, there are a lot of things that can be done for employee, right? And that will be very common in production scenarios, right? In that case, let's say I just want to add another check which I have to do for this particular type of people. So in this kind of things, right, you can actually use inheritance, class inheritance, and you can actually make use of it. So I hope you got this inheritance for the class. Okay, let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thank you. If you have learned something from the class, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit on the bell notification. So next time when I upload a video, you'll get notified. Thanks for watching.